In just a brief moment, everything can completely reverse. What you're about to see are real moments where nature moves faster than human reflexes. In a short time, flooded waters in Henan rose rapidly, sweeping cars away like toys, a clear warning about flash flood risks. In Pagadian, a landslide followed an earthquake. An entire mountainside sliding down near an excavator, a heart-stopping moment just seconds from disaster. In Flagstaff, a car was swept away by flash floods. In an instant, a tense moment showing just how dangerous rushing water can be. A violent mud flow suddenly poured into Russia's highest mountain town, turning streets into haunting rivers of mud and debris. Floodwaters in India carried not just water but massive boulders, ripping them from hillsides and turning the scene into a real-life nightmare. The most unbelievable car theft ever. The culprit was a cow that climbed into a vehicle and accidentally set it in motion. This was no minor issue. A runway was torn apart over a wide area as an aircraft accelerated for takeoff, turning Halfpenny Green into a major aviation safety concern. Pakistan's desert suddenly turned into a living river and fish appeared in dense numbers, creating a scene both bizarre and breathtaking. Within seconds of shaking water in a canal in Sukhothai surged violently, feeling like a miniature tsunami far inland. It lasts only seconds, but can you feel the fear filling the room? Amtrak tracks turn into a war zone when a violent train truck collision shatters everything in seconds. A nerve-wracking moment, a motorcycle crossed just ahead of an oncoming train, escaping by inches and leaving lasting fear. Not an ordinary traffic signal, a red light before train tracks is a life or death warning. Stopping briefly is better than a lifetime of regret. Just seconds from disaster. At a snow-covered intersection, an excavator turned away in time, a rare stroke of luck. They thought they could make it. A family tried desperately to pull a car off the tracks, but the train came too fast, truly impossible in real life. A truck hit a tree. The cab sprang upward toward a delivery driver nearby. A sedan was dragged across the road, then stopped, thanks to quick reactions from surrounding drivers, panic followed by relief. Versailles, a horrific train truck crash leaves the vehicle destroyed, yet the driver survives.
Serious? SR.
357, one right, clear, stop, line away.
Oh, bounce it, bounce it! Oh, no! No, don't crash!
Tampa, an aircraft bounces hard on landing passengers holding their breath, a tense moment that ends safely.
Here we go.
Que fue puta. Ay, puta la gonorrea. Ay, gonorrea, que desplomó el helicóptero. Ay, zapa.
An unplanned landing ends with a propeller striking a rooftop, a shocking sight, but thankfully no serious injuries. A cattle truck turned sharply, the herd shifted, and the vehicle rolled over cows scattering everywhere in a shocking, chaotic scene. How does this scene make you more cautious when driving mountain roads or tight curves? Comment to share. A logging truck pushed through a flooded river, got stuck in mud, then unexpectedly climbed out a tense crossing that held viewers' breath. A sudden break turned a routine drive into a lasting memory, luckily without a serious disaster. Kana's jet blast proves powerful enough to damage freshly laid runway pavement, a clear display of aviation force. A plane appears to hover in midair, but it's only an optical illusion playing tricks on the eye. Losing control on a curve, a car slams into a utility pole and brings it crashing down. The driver sits shaking on the ground, alive but stunned. An unforgettable entrance. An elderly man rides his motorbike straight through a doorway, sending tables and chairs flying as onlookers panic. Another clear warning moment, a mountainside collapse in Gatlinburg, shows how nature can shift in just seconds. A sudden landslide slammed into Gardnerville, burying the road and turning a familiar road into chaos. A breathtaking scene, massive ice broke away from the Perito Moreno Glacier, collapsing before stunned tourists with a thunderous roar. A massive wave surged over a Miami Beach sidewalk. Pedestrians froze for seconds before running for safety.
I copy. Ocean Rescue back to the government cut area. You need some police? I'm gone.
An unscripted moment, a giant wave crossed well beyond safety lines, forcing spectators at a surfing event to flee instantly.
Like I said, it's hold their basket.
A once-in-a-lifetime near-miss meteorite punches through a warehouse roof, glass shattering just inches from a man below. The strongest serve in the world isn't from an athlete, but from a storm in Moscow hurling a tarp skyward as if aiming to score in the clouds. Storm Zeta roars through Mexico, ripping roofs away in seconds, an overwhelming show of raw power. Howling winds in Topeka toss trash bins like toys, a small moment that still reveals nature's force. In a split second, an oncoming car lost control and slammed head-on into another. A breath-stopping moment, but luck stayed on humanity's side. A heart-pounding street moment, a dog dashed across a motorcycle, narrowly avoided contact. One timely reaction prevented a tragic accident. A real-life close call, a tree fell beside a delivery convoy, pinning one vehicle among branches. Fortunately, no tragedy followed. Amid moving traffic, a wheel broke free, rolled wildly, and dropped into a ditch, a moment so unbelievable it felt cinematic. During record flooding in Washington, the U.S. Coast Guard rescues a trapped driver from the roof of a submerged car, pulling them to safety from raging waters. Hail falls relentlessly, piling up like snow and turning the streets of northern New Mexico into a surreal landscape. White hailstones crash to the ground like artillery fire, each impact ringing out with bone-chilling force. In seconds, storm winds tore off a balcony door. Amid the chaos, a mother held her child tight and ran to safety, an image that tightens the heart. When the sea turns violent, every move matters. A ferry crossing rough waves becomes a vivid lesson in navigation and maritime risk control. When storms rage, small errors lead to big consequences. A barge striking a bridge shows how fragile infrastructure can be.
Oh! Water just came out from there.
Relentless lightning knocked out Perth's power grid, a tense moment, showing how quickly extreme weather can shut everything down.
There goes my power.
In just seconds, ground shaking rocked a car on camera. The earthquake in Crete revealed just how strong seismic energy can be.
Alice!
Venga.
Giant hail slams into Wichita, bouncing like frozen balls, nature once again flexing its raw power. Mississippi hosts nature's most expensive fireworks of the year, as lightning strikes power lines, lighting up an entire neighborhood in an instant. California's sky turns into a massive stage where lightning doesn't just strike, it performs, outshining even the grandest fireworks shows.
Aquí en la misma entrada, básicamente, de Guánica.
Earthquakes aren't rare in Guánica due to its geology. May recovery efforts move forward safely and sustainably. A heart-pounding moment as a funnel cloud appeared amid storms in central Texas, all eyes fixed on the sky.
Elle est pour toi celle-là.
Mais on était à 50 mètres tout à l'heure.
On était dessous là.
Pour toi Mathieu. On se fait bombarder de graines, de poseaux.
N'importe quoi. Mais j'espère que les autres ils sont bougés, hein, parce que je les ai, parce que je l'ai pas vu redescendre non plus. Pas vu.
Dans ma tête que je suis en train de... Il y a un contact, qu'est-ce que tu me racontes? Ah mais il y a pas la sécurité. Voilà mon
Je rentre et me faire...
Severe hail pounded towns across the Rocky Mountains, blanketing streets and rooftops, tense scenes that felt like midwinter. Like bombs from the sky, softball-sized hail slammed into Texas, damaging roofs and cars in just minutes.
Well, we are definitely going to have some roof damage here. And I would say...
Dude, it's on fire!
A moment of fun turns to panic as sparks fly from a wheel followed by a loud explosion. Witnesses compare it to fireworks bursting in midsummer.
Dude, it's on fire!
A sudden indoor explosion caught on camera, a stark reminder of why regular checks of gas lines and electrical systems matter. Central Iowa, a violent tornado tears through debris flying as everything in its path is swept away. Nature cannot be underestimated. Can you guess what happens next? Comment your prediction. Like if you guessed wrong, and subscribe to catch the latest video. County by county, Oklahoma was affected as a long-lasting tornado swept through, showing rare intensity and danger.
We're good for now. Very strong. It's coming into visibility again. Gosh.
A serious reminder, flooding in Chapel Hill became so dangerous that emergency evacuations were ordered, underscoring the value of early warnings. A sudden flash flood devastated a Maryland town, surging waters sweeping away roads and property, leaving devastation within minutes. North Texas, across open fields, a tornado rises like a beast of wind, twisting and roaring within the storm. A tour boat collides with a small vessel in a narrow canal. Passengers screaming in panic, a moment no one wants to face.
Right that way! This way!
Ecuador is shaken as a runaway cargo ship crashes into and collapses a bridge within seconds.
Oh, that one's running.
There's the mama.
From surprise to pure delight in seconds, a mother bear calmly led 4 cubs past, carrying an irresistible wave of cuteness.
I want her to come up here and follow us to the top.
She ain't. Look at the baby.
If a bear stopped by your home just to look for snacks, how would you react? A rare sight, a crocodile nimbly climbed a tree to avoid a rival, showing remarkable adaptability.
And I get along out here.
A crowd-pleasing moment, a bear at the Oakland Zoo played with a container lid, creating an image that was both adorable and inventive. In bright daylight, a mother bear and her cubs casually raided a bird feeder, turning a quiet yard into a moment both funny and tense.
Damn, not a good one. Don't care.
Heavy snow and strong lake effect winds threw a New York airport into chaos as planes struggled to land safely. Rising cold waves form towering ice volcanoes along Lake Michigan, a surreal sight in the heart of winter. A clear weather warning, heavy snowfall in Michigan's Upper Peninsula sharply reduced visibility, urging extra caution while traveling. Nature in its rawest form, lava from Cumbre Vieja glowing against the night sky, impossible to look away from. Drone footage captures a violent eruption with streams of fire blasting upward and painting the sky red in a spectacular scene. A worker leaps aside just in time as a boat barrels toward the pier, a split second slower, and it could have been tragic. Have you ever had a minor mistake turn into a disaster like this? A car speeds through with terrifying force sweeping across lanes. A worker avoids catastrophe by inches pressing tight against a truck. When a car ahead slams the brakes at an intersection, the driver swerves in time, but overcorrects and crashes into a wall. Would you dare board a ferry in a storm like this? Forgetting to engage the parking gear, a man watches helplessly as his car rolls away, as if it has a will of its own. A split-second escape. A speeding bus nearly strikes a police officer, leaving viewers holding their breath. An unbelievable crash. A car plows into a grocery store like an action movie scene. Luckily, no one is hurt.
Oh, Lord, I see it. Oh, I'm about to hit him! I hit one! I hit one! Another one! Another one! Another one!
On a slick sidewalk, a car slides sideways toward a child. She spots it in time and jumps clear, escaping by inches. Icy roads cause a driver to lose control, the car sliding and lightly striking a pedestrian, a frightening near miss. A runaway car crosses an intersection, threading through traffic in a dramatic near miss without a single collision. A car rolls downhill out of control, narrowly missing an outdoor cafe table. Neighbors rush in to help, and thankfully no one is hurt. Straight out of an action movie, a worker sprints away from a truck crash by inches, all recorded by the dash cam inside his own vehicle. Chaos in Edinburgh. Snow blankets the streets, cars slide and become stranded, beautiful yet miserable at once. Both funny and frightening, a fishing trailer skids across ice under strong winds and disappears into Lake Pelletier. A shocking scene at the National Corvette Museum in Kentucky. A sudden sinkhole opens, pulling several sports cars underground. For the first time ever, lightning striking a building is captured by a high-speed camera, revealing the bolt's astonishing motion. During record flooding in Washington, the U.S. Coast Guard rescues a trapped driver from the roof of a submerged car, pulling them to safety from raging waters. Floodwaters engulfed the streets of Albufeira in Faro District, Portugal, transforming a lively city center into an inland sea within hours. A famous bridge in Jamaica can't withstand the river's hunger. As Beryl arrives and water surges, the bridge is swallowed before stunned onlookers. Nature unleashes its fury. Heavy hailstones slam into the ground, splashing water and dust in a scene both stunning and frightening. Heavy rain in southeast Queensland turns streets into rivers, with trash bins swept away by fast-moving water. After a 6.0 magnitude earthquake in New Taipei City, a startled cat jumps upright, eyes wide, and ears pinned in alarm.
Yep, I got it.
Trees vanish in seconds, sliding into deep water, below a reminder that nature still knows how to shock and humble us. Straight out of a movie, the ground opens up and a truck plunges straight down.
It's going.
The quake sends chandeliers swaying violently inside a lighting store in Taiwan, flickering like a chaotic dance. A striking moment, seismic waves reach the suburbs, making pool water surge and slosh like a miniature tsunami. A scene both eerie and beautiful. Hundreds of crows settle on pure white snow, creating a striking black and white contrast. Would you dare turn on the machine if you knew an entire army of mice was waiting inside? At a Hampton Inn in northern Oklahoma, a tornado strikes without warning, whipping up fierce winds as people rush to shelter in fear.
Insane, dude.
North Texas, a massive tornado spins beneath a pitch-black sky ahead of a driver, a heart-stopping moment that freezes time. A calm lunch turns chaotic when ceiling panels crash onto a table, followed by a panicked cat leaping out and vanishing. Devon is battered by violent storms where roaring waves slam into stone walls, creating scenes both majestic and menacing. A sudden blizzard strikes, turning everything white. Visibility drops to near zero as icy winds cut through the air.
Look, it's coming again.
Debris hits power lines during a tornado in Baton Rouge, sending bright sparks flying like fireworks.
Whoa! Man, son of a bitch. Alright, I got you.
Did you see that fucking thing?
Yep.
Bubbling mud appears near a town close to Mount Etna, a clear sign that volcanic activity is intensifying. Nature strikes, suddenly a palm tree falls onto a parked tuk-tuk, but the driver escapes just in time. When teamwork collapses, the husband opens the door, the wife closes it. Both pause confused coordination of the year. A darkly funny moment, a driver forgets the parking brake, and the car takes a stroll, hitting two others before finally stopping. Out of control at night, a car skids along the curb and clips past a motorcyclist's foot, a light touch but enough to make him jump back in shock. Danger doesn't end when the fire goes out. Post-wildfire landslides on a California highway show why safety must remain the top priority. In Utah, abandoned homes couldn't withstand spring's weight. Melting snow, sliding soil. Nature clearly had the upper hand in a scene tense like a movie.
What?
Wall-like waves slammed into the Wollongong seawall, creating a scene both spectacular and dangerous. In Melbourne, lightning tore through the sky and struck the suburbs, a sudden flash that startled everyone watching. Whales surfaced close to a tour boat in Patagonia, leaving visitors stunned and enchanted by the ocean's grandeur. From above, a small boat looked isolated within a ring of sharks, a survival scene that made viewers hold their breath. No music, no choreography, a school of fish performed perfect, synchronized swimming, calm and captivating. A pulse-quickening, then calming experience. Visitors lay still among nurse sharks, feeling the ocean breathe beside them. Security footage captures a heart-stopping scene as a massive ferry loses control and slams into a vehicle ramp at a harbor. A barge collapses and sinks during loading operations, churning the water. Violently, workers escape just in time. Can you believe there's heat powerful enough to melt solid steel fencing? An astonishing scene, a drone flies through thick smoke in extreme heat, capturing glowing lava pouring from a volcano like a massive waterfall of fire. Kilauea, the most active volcano in Hawaii. This glowing lava reminds us the Earth is still breathing, powerful and alive. Mount Etna erupts spectacularly, sending lava fountains high into the air and lighting up the night sky over Sicily. An enchanting moment in Iceland, lava bursts skyward before cascading back down as rivers of fire in the darkness.
Oh my God. No way.
Texas doesn't need snow tonight. Hail takes center stage, hammering the roads and turning the storm into nature's own percussion concert.
Are we in a tornado?
Where's the ground? You check the weather.
Hail pounds rooftops like thousands of icy arrows as Tennessee echoes with a wild symphony of nature through the night.
Several times, but I've never seen.
Have you ever seen streets turn into rivers like this?
I've never been here, man. Same. It went from, it didn't look like it was going to come over at all.
Oh, it's gone. They're gonna be like, where? Where is my car? Hi. Oh, I've never seen a car sink in the line.
A storm in New Hampshire welcomes a dramatic guest. Lightning hits a church steeple, flooding the area with mythic blinding light. A colossal wall of snow collapses from the slopes of Mount Elbrus, sending a blinding avalanche through a nearby resort.
Le vrai danger vient pas de dessiner. Le vrai danger vient plutôt des avalanches. Putain, c'est beau. Énorme. Se viennent de nous. Énormissime. Pas sûr qu'on ait ski.
Rising rivers in Italy hurl debris into a bridge, creating a scene of destruction amid roaring floodwaters.
Ma che roba. Guardate che roba, si è toppato tutto, raga. Guardate quanto è alto. Raga. Madonna mia. Via così, via.
A real discount store moment because the floor collapses too. A sudden cave-in leaves everyone frozen between fear and disbelief. It lasts only seconds, but can you feel the fear filling the room? A tornado tears through northern France, ripping roofs and trees away, devastating, yet a stark display of nature's terrifying strength. Lava churns constantly within Kilauea's crater, thick streams colliding with a bubbling sound like whispers from deep within the planet. A storm chaser captures a dramatic lightning strike hitting a car during a storm in Iowa. Can you hear the thunder shaking the air? An unbelievable scene. Solid pavement cracks, then collapses completely as stunned onlookers record the moment.
Yeah, I got that. There it goes. Is it gonna...
In Japan, a 5.9 magnitude earthquake rattles a practice room, shaking large drums violently. Residents in Texas watch in disbelief as a portable toilet is blown down the street by powerful storm winds. A heart-stopping weather moment, Southwest Iowa faced tornado threats, then breathed a sigh of relief when disaster didn't strike. A clear reminder, a tornado in Hot Springs caught on camera highlights the importance of vigilance and safety during extreme weather. In La Palma, weakened volcanic cones began to collapse, triggering tense landslides in the aftermath of the eruption. Lava shot high in glowing columns on La Palma, an overwhelming moment that shows the volcano's raw power. Can you believe there's heat powerful enough to melt solid steel fencing?
I know it's gonna pop, that's why I came to this next pole.
Rivers of lava race down the mountainside at up to 15 miles per hour, resembling a molten flood erupting from the heart of Hawaii. A famous bridge in Jamaica can't withstand the river's hunger. As Beryl arrives and water surges, the bridge is swallowed before stunned onlookers. A plastic hippo floats through floodwaters during Hurricane Helene in Asheville, bobbing with the waves, an eerie image amid nature's fury. A towering ash plume rises 19 kilometers from the eruption of Calbuco, darkening the skies over a nearby national reserve in Chile. A near disaster, an electric bike suddenly explodes and catches fire, but thankfully, no one is injured. Nature is unpredictable, isn't it? Tap like and subscribe to see more real moments like these. An unintended splash, a tipsy couple stumbles through a seafood market and loses balance, tumbling together into a bucket of water. A perfect shot goes wrong. A billiard ball flies off the table and lands straight into a bowl of soup, freezing the room before laughter erupts. A tense moment in Idaho, power lines explode and fall onto a police car, but the officer escapes just in time. Nature is unpredictable, isn't it? Tap like and subscribe to see more real moments like these. A kite festival in Lancashire fills the sky with massive, colorful kites, turning it into a living canvas. In South Australia, a plumber pulls nearly 20 feet of tree roots from a pipe, living proof that nature always reclaims ground.
Holy.
A dense flock of sheep blocks the road, forcing traffic to pause as the woolly pedestrians stroll by. In an instant, a small fishing boat is struck by a cargo ship, the camera footage leaving viewers breathless. One second of lost control leads to chaos as a car plows into a roadside tow truck. An unintentionally comic moment, laughing on the phone, he laughs so hard he knocks over the entire table mid-meal. A brick falls at the exact moment a worker sits down, perfect timing, except for human luck. Powerful winds and dense snow turn northeast Ohio into a white blur, leaving drivers barely able to see ahead. An everyday but worrying moment, flooding paralyzed traffic, forcing residents in White County to wait for waters to recede. You just wanted a small snack, but chaos adds a flying chair as a poor dog darts around in confusion.
An earthquake right now. Whole building's moving. It's moving now.
Oh my God, the raw reaction of a man watching his rooftop fish pond ripple violently after an earthquake shakes Mexico.
Come on, baby.
The ground keeps trembling, homes in the suburbs of Christchurch swaying violently in a haunting moment of nature's awakening. An earthquake sends pool water sloshing wildly as a panicked dog barks in confusion, while its watery world turns into a stormy sea. In the ocean world, the red gurnard stands out walking on fins and unfurling brilliant wing-like displays. Tiny steps a grand spectacle, millions of crabs covered the path, turning nature into a vivid river of life. No chase, no chaos. A whale shark simply glided through and the small fish vanished into its vast mouth, mesmerizing to watch. Moving to its own rhythm, a school of bunkerfish swirled off Long Island, creating living silver waves in deep blue water.
No.
Which moment made you hold your breath the most? Comment to share your thoughts. Like to spread these real-world warnings and subscribe so you don't miss even more moments that are stranger than fiction.